A very good morning to all. In this video, we are going to study the new chapter that is cell, the functional unit of life. And in this video, I'm going to introduce with the cell. As we know that for the life start with a single cell. Okay, so cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life that is capable of independent existence and performing essential functions of life. Okay, so cell वो basic structure है, वो basic unit है जो कि क्या है, आपकी लाइफ को एग्जिस्ट करने में हेल्प कर रही है. ओके, तो एक सिंगल सेल जो है, वो एक सिंगल सेल भी जो है इंडिपेंडेंट एग्जिस्ट कर सकता है और वो सारे लाइफ प्रोसेसेस कर सकता है, जैसे रेस्पिरेशन, डाइजेशन, देन multiplication, or you can say the reproduction, growth, anything. Okay, so all organisms including plant animals are made up of cells. So on the basis of number of cells, we can divide organisms in multicellular and unicellular organism. So unicellular, uni means single. So unicellular organism is made up of a single cells. Okay. For example, amoeba and paramecium. So a unicellular organism are capable of independent existence and performing the essential function of life. तो कोई भी यूनिसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिज्म है, जैसे अमीबा है, पैरामीशियम है, वो सारे लाइफ प्रोसेसेस, वो सारे लाइफ फंक्शंस करेगा जो कि उसे जिंदा रहने के लिए रिक्वायर है. ओके, इट कैन एग्जिस्ट इंडिपेंडेंटली, अकेले रह सकता है. Anything less than a complete structure of cell does not ensure independent living. सेल्स जो है जिन बेसिक यूनिट से बनकर बना हुआ, जिन बेसिक चीजों से बनकर मिला हुआ है, अगर हम उनको अकेले स्टडी करें, दे आर नॉट एबल टू सर्वाइव. ओके, सो सेल इज द फंडामेंटल एंड स्ट्रक्चरल फंक्शनल यूनिट ऑफ all the living organism. The next one is the multicellular organisms. Some organisms are made up of more than one cells, and such type of organisms are known as multicellular organism. In multicellular organism, there is a division of labor. Okay, why there is a division of labor? Because all the cells in a multicellular organism is not in direct touch with the environment. एनवायरमेंट के डायरेक्ट टच में नहीं है, तो वो सारे लाइफ प्रोसेस अकेले करने में एबल नहीं होते हैं. ओके, दे आर नॉट एबल टू डू ऑल द लाइफ प्रोसेसेस इंडिपेंडेंटली. So there is a division of labor. Okay, so some of the cells perform different functions, some of the cells perform some another function. This is a very important in multicellular organisms. Okay, unicellular organisms के अंदर क्या है, सेल है, सिंगल सेल है, and that is in the direct touch with the environment, so are capable of doing all the work itself. But in multicellular organism, all the cells are not in direct touch with the environment, so there is a division of labor. Okay, you can take example of human being. You know that the outer covering, the skin, is only in the direct contact with the environment, but the rest of the body, the internal part, the internal cells are not be able to be in direct contact with the environment, so these are not able to perform all the functions. Okay, so when we are talking about level of body organization in multicellular organism, cells combine together to form tissue of same function combine together to form an organ with same function combine together to form an organ system, and so many organ system combine together to form a new organism. Okay, as shown in the diagram here, cells, tissue, organ system, and a complete organism. Now let's study about some important discoveries related to cell. So Robert Hooke in 1665 discovered some hollow cavities, or you can say some empty boxes like compartment, or you can say some compartment like honey bee comb in the slice of a cork. okay, with his himself made microscope, and he called them cellulae, and it means cell. तो रॉबर्ट हुक ने डिस्कवरी की थी कॉर्क में. कॉर्क क्या है? एक डेड स्लाइस है, एक डेड लेयर है प्लांट के ऊपर, जिसमें उसने क्या मिला कि उसमें ऐसे कंपार्टमेंट्स हैं, वो कंपार्टमेंट्स जो कि एक हनी बी कॉम की तरह, एक मधुमक्खी के छत्ते की तरह है. देन एंटन वॉन ल्यूवेनहुक, he discovered a first living cell. Robert Brown, he discovered and gave a nucleus in the cell. He told that there is a center of the cells that is able to perform all the activities, or you can say is able to control all the activities within the cells. Then J. E. Purkinje, he given the term protoplasm for all the living substance present in the cell. Okay. Then the discovery of electron microscope is done in 1931 by Max Knoll and Ernst Ruska. Then in 1838, Matthias Scheldian, a German botanist who studied the plants, examined a large number of plants and observed that all plants are composed of different kind of cells and different kind of tissues. Okay, what he has given कि प्लांट जो है वो अलग अलग टाइप के सेल से बने हुए हैं और डिफरेंट टिश्यू से बने हुए हैं. At the same time, that is Theodor Schwann in 1839. He is a British zoologist who studied different type of animal cells and reported that each cell have a special outer layer that is very thin, and today we call it plasma membrane. Then he also conclude on his studies on plant that there is a presence of a unique wall that is a main characteristic of plant cell wall. Okay, plant cells के अंदर एक special wall present है membrane के बाद में, membrane से ऊपर, that is cell wall. So on the basis of this, Schwann proposed the hypothesis that bodies of animal and plants are composed of cells and product of cells. Okay, so these two scientists gave a theory that anything, any living organism in this on this earth is made up of cell and the product of cell. Then in 1855, Rudolf Virchow explained that cells divide and form a new cells. So he says omnis cellula e cellula. What is the meaning of this phrase? It means a new cell arises from pre-existing cell. रुडोल्फ विर्चो ने क्या कहा कि सेल जो है वो पुराने सेल से डिवाइड होके नए सेल की फॉर्मेशन होती है, एंड ही हैज गिवन दिस थ्योरी दैट omnis cellula e cellula, which means every new cells arise from pre-existing cells. So then he modified this hypothesis given by Sheldon and Swan and give a final touch to the cell theory. And this cell theory states that all living organisms are made up of cell, the first one. Then all cells arise from pre-existing cell. सारे सेल क्या हैं? Pre-existing, पहले जो सेल हैं उनसे बन रहे हैं. There are some cell organelles that are membrane bound and present in protoplasm. Okay, अगर वो प्रोटोप्लाज्म से बाहर हैं, they are not able to survive. All cells have similar fundamental structure and metabolic reactions. जितने सेल हैं उनके अंदर जो है सारे फंडामेंटल स्ट्रक्चर एक जैसे हैं, जो ऑर्गेनेलीज प्रेजेंट है वो एक जैसी है, और जितने मेटाबॉलिक रिएक्शंस उसके अंदर हो रहे हैं दैट इज सेम. द जेनेटिक इंफॉर्मेशन इज स्टोर्ड एज डीएनए एंड द क्रोमोसोम प्रेजेंट इन द न्यूक्लियस. So जो genetic information है, जो characteristics है, that can be transferred from one cell to another cell, the new cell is also stored in DNA. Now a question arises, what a cell is made up of. Okay, So we can say a typical cell is made up of three elements, the three main elements, that is cell membrane, cytoplasm, and nuclear material. So what is cell membrane? It is a membrane that separates the interiors of cells from the outside environment, which protect the cell from its environment. Okay, सेल मेम्ब्रेन क्या है? सेल की वो आउटरमोस्ट मेम्ब्रेन है जो सेल्स को अलग अलग करती है, सेपरेट करती है और उसके बाहर के एनवायरनमेंट से उसको बचाती है. It also said that there is a cytoplasm present in it, that is a gel-like structure that is enclosed in cell membrane and made up of water, protein, lipid, nucleic acid and inorganic salt, etc. So जितने भी chemical reactions हैं सेल के अंदर वो सारे कहाँ होते हैं? That takes place in cytoplasm. It is the main arena. Okay, वो मेन जगह है जहां पे चाहे प्लांट सेल्स है चाहे एनिमल सेल्स है, जितने सेलुलर एक्टिविटीज हो रही हैं, जितने केमिकल रिएक्शंस हो रहे हैं, वो साइटोप्लाज्म में. Then nuclear material. Inside each cell, a dense membrane-bound structure is present that is known as nucleus. It is also known as the brain of the cell because it controls all the activities of the cell. Okay, it also contains genetic material, that is DNA. So these are the three uh, typical elements that a cell is made up of. So on the basis of the nucleus, there are two type of cells are there, prokaryote and eukaryote. We can discuss these two types of cells, that is prokaryote and eukaryote, in our next video. As you know that in prokaryote, the nucleus is not present. It is not present in the membrane bound form. Beside this, the eukaryotic cells also have some membrane bound structures that are known as organelles. As shown in the diagram here, there are so many organelles that are present in eukaryotes that perform different function. Okay, हर एक organelle का अपना एक अलग function होता है. तो सेल की जो एग्जिस्टेंस है वो इन सारी ऑर्गेनेली के फंक्शन, ओवरऑल फंक्शंस के कारण. So these organelles are the endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, mitochondria, some microbodies are there, vacuoles are there, ribosomes are there. लेकिन जो प्रोकैरियोटिक सेल्स है उसमें ये सारी ऑर्गेनेलीज नहीं होती है. ओके, सो एनिमल सेल कंटेन अनदर नॉन मेम्ब्रेन बाउंड organelle that is known as centriole, and it help in the division of the cell. Okay, it arises during the division of the cell. Now let's talk about some size of the cell. Okay, the cells vary greatly in size. You can say there are different size of cells are present on this earth. The smallest one is the mycoplasma. It is also known as PPLO, pneumonia-like organism. It's only about 0.3 micrometer in length. Some bacteria are there that could be of 3 to 5 micrometer. The largest isolated single cell is the egg of the ostrich. It is about 170 mm to 130 mm in dimension. Among multicellular organism, if we are talking about the human red blood cells, it is about 7 micrometer in diameter, and the longest cell, that is the nerve cell, that is present in uh, living organisms. Okay, so then if we are talking about the cell shape, it also vary in shape. Okay, you have studied about the tissues, that is muscular tissue, and you have found that there are three types of tissue, that is smooth, then your cardiac, and then uh, that is striated tissues. And you find that उन तीनों के अंदर क्या था, उनकी शेप में जो है वो डिफरेंस थे. ओके, स्मूथ मसल सेल्स बीच इलोंगेटेड शेप है उसमें विद टेपरिंग एंड. इसी तरह से जो ब्लड सेल्स हैं, ब्लड सेल्स में आपके जो आरबीसीज हैं वो बाइकन्वेक्स शेप्स के हैं. देन जो डब्ल्यूबीसी है, दैट इज एमीबॉइड इन शेप, मींस दैट इज डू नॉट हैव एनी शेप. And we are when we are talking about ovum, it is oval in shape. द नर्व सेल्स, इनकी जो शेप होती है वो कुछ इलोंगेटेड सिलेंड्रिकल टाइप की शेप होती है. देन फैट सेल्स आपके ओवल शेप होते हैं. देन यू हैव स्टडीड अबाउट द अनियन पील, उसमें जो रेक्टेंगुलर शेप्स होते हैं. देन कुछ और एग्जांपल अगर आप लेते हो तो आपने एपिथेलियल टिश्यूज पढ़े थे. एपिथेलियल टिश्यूज में आपने स्किन टिश्यूज पढ़े थे. दैट इज स्क्वैमस टिश्यूज, वो फ्लैट हैं. देन स्क्वायर हेक्सागोनल है. कुछ टिश्यूज आपके क्यूब लाइक स्ट्रक्चर शो करते हैं, कुछ क्यूबॉइड लाइक structure show करते. So we can say there is a variety of shapes according to their function. They are having the shapes. Okay. Then if we are talking about the number of cells, is depend on the size of the animal. The less number of cells means the size of the animal is small. If the number of cells is increasing, means the animal is of you can say large size. Okay, you can see the difference between a rat and a elephant. रैट और एलिफेंट में आपने डिफरेंस देखा है. रैट और एनिमल की जो इंटरनल ऑर्गन्स हैं वो बिल्कुल एक जैसे हैं, लेकिन उनके साइज में डिफरेंस है. क्यों डिफरेंस है? बिकॉज ऑफ द नंबर ऑफ सेल्स. ओके, रैट सेल्स में नंबर ऑफ सेल्स कम है, एलिफेंट में नंबर ऑफ सेल्स ज्यादा है. सो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द सेल्स नंबर we can say there is a difference between the size of the organism also. Okay, so in this video what we have studied, we have introduced the cell, what is cell, why it is known as structure and functional unit of life. Then we have studied about some discoveries of the cell and discuss about the elements that are present in cell and the size and the shape of the cells.